Hello and welcome. I'm Stain Pony, my friends, and today I'm discussing a video topic that was started by CannedCream, the pony analyst with the OC that stirs up controversy for being created on Pony Creator and not being all that great, even though I personally like his design. In a recent video, CannedCream brought up the idea that the EUP, the Earth Unicorn Pegasus guard that protects the royal princesses, isn't doing a very effective job. And I passed this along to one of my other favorite pony guard reviewers, Blue Star Brony, to hear what he has to say. But in the meantime, I'd like to record some of my own thoughts on this subject for you. A few interesting observations about the EUP as they appear on My Little Pony. One, and I'd like to see this change during Season 5, which is coming real soon, is the fact that Twilight Sparkle does not have an EUP presence. They do not bodyguard her, they don't chaperone her around or escort her about. They don't do anything to protect her. They don't live with her. They don't wander around her treehouse trying to keep it safe. Now that Twilight has a castle, I wonder if the EUP will be present inside the Castle of Friendship, and if they will be charged with escorting and protecting Twilight and the other members of the main six. The main reason why we don't see the pony guards doing too much of anything is the fact that the story is about the main six and their supporting cast. The story is not about the guards. If one were to judge guards in a TV series or movie to see how good they are compared to other guards in other stories, the things that should be considered is how well the guards do in action. How often do they get in fights? How many people do they take down in battle? How often do they successfully arrest someone? Now, I don't have time to watch every movie and TV show that has guards in it to sit through episode after episode comparing things and counting success rates and tallying it all up in battle. Let's go back to one of the earliest examples, the guards from Wizard of Oz. We see the guards who go on foot in snazzy uniforms, moving in unison and saying one of the most iconic guard chants ever, the oh, 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 oh chant, which has been imitated by many guards since then. We see 3 of these guards incompetent enough to be knocked unconscious and stripped of their uniforms by Tin Man, Lion, and Scarecrow. And the guards are further incompetent enough to allow Tin Man, Lion, and Scarecrow to walk in with the uniforms on into the castle, despite the fact that the lion's tail is sticking out of the back of the uniform, and you can clearly see these are imposters. The guards, once Dorothy is freed, give decent chase and put up a decent struggle with our heroes as they run through the castle. But once the witch has been slain by Dorothy and melted with a pail of water, the guards actually celebrate their failure to protect her and are happy that she's finally been killed off. Fast forwarding through the years, we come to Star Trek, the original series. And on there we have the notorious red shirts, which was basically The red shirt is the die where Kirk, Spock, and McCoy beam down to a planet. They have one or two guards with them in the red shirts, and these dies in the red shirts are the ones who die first in any given situation, while Kirk, Spock, and McCoy get to survive the away missions and get to look like the heroes. But that's the way things were back in the original Star Trek. The main characters had to shine above everybody else, and to create a feeling of danger, someone had to pay with their lives for it, and that someone was, of course, the red shirts. In Star Trek The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, we see the security forces now have gold shirts, and while they still take casualties, they fare quite a bit better than the red shirts ever did. Going forward, we have Star Wars. And now people like to say that stormtroopers are the most useless guards ever because they can't hit a moving target. But this is not exactly true. As I thought about it, I thought of examples of stormtroopers being competent. When the stormtroopers first invade the blockade runner, both the rebel guards on the blockade runner and the stormtroopers are evenly matched, able to have successful kills on both sides. When the stormtroopers are ordered to bring Darth Vader the passengers and bring them to him alive, they successfully stun and capture Princess Leia, a main character, with only one casualty in their group. On the Death Star sequence, this is where the stormtroopers become completely incapable of hitting a target that's right in front of them, and we end up with the heroes must always win syndrome. In Empire Strikes Back, the Imperial Guards are actually able to defeat the rebel forces and take over Echo Base on Hoth. And they are successfully capable of overrunning and overpowering the Bespin guards in Cloud City, capturing Han Solo, sending him to the carbon freezing chamber, escorting him to Boba Fett's ship, and maintaining control of Cloud City. Stormtroopers in Return of the Jedi are capable of trapping and taking hostage the small rebel band, but they get their butts kicked by the Ewoks, who attack them with sticks and rocks, which is probably one of the most pathetic things of the Stormtroopers' history in those movies. Through the Clone Wars saga, the Clone Troopers are actually pretty competent fighters. Cloned from Jango Fett, they have a lot of skill, but they also have the programming to be loyal and to not question their place in the universe. Although there are a few episodes where clone troopers consider abandoning the war and striking off to be on their own and leaving the Republic. And in these situations, these individual clone troopers are very intelligent, skilled, and capable of holding their own in a battle against other clone troopers. The clones are a great deal more competent than the battle droids that are used by the Trade Federation. Go ahead on to the 80s to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Foot Soldiers. The original Foot Soldiers were basically incompetent mute robots who couldn't hit a turtle if it was 2 feet in front of them. However, the next series does do something interesting with the Foot Soldiers, as they are constantly upgraded. Once the foot soldiers become robots, they can be built and rebuilt. They can adapt to various situations, and they can become a more dangerous threat to the turtles. Moving along the timeline, the next one that pops into my head is one of the more recent examples, and this is the military that you see in Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra, namely the Water Tribe used in Avatar and the Water Tribe used in Korra, the Fire Nation from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Kyoshi Warriors from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Equalists from Korra, and the Metal Benders from Legend of Korra, with the Korra third season antagonists being an Elite Force situation as opposed to a Guard situation, as well as the Dai Li from both generations of Avatar series. And in this situation you see competent fighters, good sets of moves, impressive fighting sequences, and you also get a sense that these guards are real people with families and friends and lives outside of service to whoever they're loyal to. They can have skills beyond just being cannon fodder. We're finally getting into the guard set where there's actual competence to the military forces. The Hyrule Castle guards from Ocarina of Time, another relatively incompetent set of guards, easily defeated by Ganon during the absence of the Hero of Time, and so incompetent that they can't even capture Link when he's sneaking around the garden trying to reach Zelda. Another example of guards is the Men in Black. They recruit the best of the best of the best, but then when it comes right down to it, the only ones competent enough to solve any given situation are Agents J and Agent K. It seems that J and K are always the ones who solve any situation and save the day at the end of the story. When it comes to guards in Adventure Time, the Banana Guards, extremely incompetent, they don't do anything right, and the only one who has any slight competence to them is the one who is their leader. And we've seen that leadership change over the course of the season with various levels of varying competence. The guards at Lemongrad's are extraordinarily loyal and possibly afraid of him, and literally do anything that they're commanded to do, no matter how ridiculous or pointless. The guards of the Fire Kingdom are a little more competent and a little more interesting, but we don't really get to see too much of them either. And other characters like the Ice King don't exactly have guards. They sort of do their own stuff. I don't exactly consider penguins to be guards per se. Anyhow, I've been going on about this for quite long enough. I already have to edit the video down to the limited time, so post in the comment section below some of your observations about guards, or go ahead and make your own video in response to this one. Till then, thank you for watching, and good night, and stay pony, my friends.